Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. I hope everyone's having an amazing weekend. I'm excited, as always, see what Spirit has coming through for us today. Let me just get my desktop all set up and we will get into it here. Stand over here and expand this. All right. I think we're good to go there. All right. And there it is. All right, perfect. So we are indeed live. All right. Whoops. Sorry, I'm doing something here. All right. Okay, now we're set. So welcome everybody. So excited to see everyone. Hello. Before we get started, I'm a little bit discombobulated. Just got a lot going on this week with the house here and everything else. So let's take some deep breaths, and we're going to come back to right here, right now, and we'll start off sending some love out to the world. And this will get us all centered and balanced at the same time. And whether you're watching live or on replay, we can all join together in sending this love out to the world. So I'm going to take a couple big deep breaths in and exhale, and then exhale. Here we go. One more time. All right. Then as I hit the singing bowl, we're just going to let that love from above, unconditional love, come down, fill us up, and then flow out to the world. All right, so here we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Let's put it back there as it finishes out its song there. All right. So we are good to go here. Before we get into everything, I do want to make sure everyone knows every month, YouTube does give me 10 of my Zen Cricket YouTube channel memberships to give away. And next Saturday, they give it to me on the first of the month. And so the first Saturday of the month, I give away 5 in the morning and 5 away in the evening. You just have to make sure that your giveaway settings are sent to on. And here's a video that talks about how you can do that. I don't choose them. I just hit a button, and then Spirit and YouTube together choose the 5 winners, and it announces it on the screen. And it also sends you notifications to your YouTube. And if you have email notifications set up, it'll send you an email too. But so I like it. So that's what we have with that. And then also, because of my YouTube memberships and all the donations and all of the people who purchase my services, I have a lot of stuff that I give away, or a lot of free content that I put out. And one of the things is each month I do a pilgrimage meditation. This one, we've been going through all the 7 chakras of Mother Earth. She actually has chakras. This one's the third eye chakra. The next month, will be the final one, will be into the crown chakra. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in that. And then also, every other week, I have either a full moon or a new moon. Pick a card, talks about making the most of new moon wishes and how to use the full moon release. Of course, we had a Scorpio full moon earlier. So here is the energy of that. And I pick a card around that. And then I also, starting in May, we have May monthlies. I used to do them every month, and I stopped like June of last year just to gain balance and get ahead of everything. And evidently, I've been joking, I want to go out of balance, I guess, but Spirit nudged me to begin them again. So here's May monthlies. They're out already. And here's just the link here is for the playlist. It's for each individual zodiac sign. There's separate videos. Also, each week I put out a podcast from chaos to cozy. It's a free podcast. Last week was The Hungry Heart, and there's a playlist link here too if you want to catch up. It's the whole podcast is about we come from cozy down to this place of chaos, right? And then with this chaos energy, once we're ready to start remembering cozy, we start our journey back. And this is what Spirit is talking about my journey when I was at the lowest part of my life and the chaos where I was going to end my life, and then the journey that they brought me from then until now. We're stepping through different things, different tools, different experiences that could help you too. So if you're interested, be sure to check out that. And one of the other things I do each month in my pick of cards is we talk about when the sun moves into its new zodiac sign every month, right? And so the sun moved into Taurus. So happy birthday, all you Taurus sun babies. This pick a card is for everyone, but there's a special bonus 3-month reading there too. So if you have any Taurians in your life, make sure to send them the link and saying happy birthday from your bruddaZEN. Right. I think that's the only ones that I wanted to talk about here. There's a ton of more free content on my main page, so you guys can check that out. All right. So if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. How the free readings work, I do go down in order, first come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is the list. And all you have to do is put your question out into the chat. You just have to be a subscriber to be able to do that. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading, and then Spirit knows what you're looking for, and we'll do that. Pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I prioritize those readings. I step outside, draw more cards for those. We dive deeper into those too. And once I'm done, I return back and continue down the free readings. To make a donation, you can use the super chat, or there's my PayPal, my Cash App, my Venmo, and my Square are all listed in the description box of the video too. If you want to do it that way, there's no set dollar amount, whatever you are able to give. I understand everyone's finances from day to day, person to person, country to country. So whatever you're able to give, I know it's the what you're able to give. So, and I know not everyone is able to give. That's why I like to do the free readings too. Usually, if I don't finish free readings during the session, if I haven't got to most of them, I will come back on in another session and complete out free readings too, because I love serving my community. All right. So I think that is everything. Going to be using this Sun and Moon Tarot for my donations readings. And then for the free readings, I'll be using 2 decks of this Light Seers Tarot. And I have 2 decks because it's actually 2 decks minus 1, because one of my decks I bent a card, and it kept on, when a bent card, it always demands attention. So, and then someone gifted me a free one that they had gotten from someone else, and they already had it. So I have 2 decks. I just put them all together in one huge one. So we'll use those for the free ones. So that is what we have here. And yeah, so let's get into it. I do have some donations. So Supernova, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good night to you, whatever it is, where you're at right now. Good to see you. And hey, everybody. Hey, Gene Mod, HTTPS. Hey, everybody. Good to see everyone. So, all right, Nova. So let's start with your first one here. Is that a mustache? Oh, no, no, no. So we'll look at here at your first one, and thank you for your multiple donations here. And for your first one, your first question is messages from your spirit guides because you're having a hard time. All right. Well, let's take a look here. I feel like I'm being drawn to the Ask Your Guides Oracle for your first question here. So evidently they want to talk to you through Oracle with this one. And let's take a look here and see what's going on here. What does Spirit want you to know about this? Advice with this hard time here. All right, well, makes sense. You got the intuition here. You got the inner child going on. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little closer there. There it goes. Your little inner child going, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm in here. And let's see what we got going on. So the door to your inner child is opening, and they walk through, bringing you the gift of intuition. And you may not be entirely comfortable with this newfound source of insight and may not know exactly what to do with it. However, don't toss it aside or try to analyze it to death. Instead, accept this gift and play with it. Apply your intuition to non threatening situations and learn how it works. Don't try to control it because you can't. It's exciting and powerful and is to be respected and followed, not tamed. So trust your inner child's willingness to share its magic so that you may benefit. The message for you is trust me. So that's your inner child who's speaking to you, and they're like, I've got this gift for you, and I'm giving that to you, and use this gift. So, with this hard time that you're having right now, and my heart goes out to you. I know we can, have such challenging situations that arise in our lives, and especially when fear activates amongst it, we're taken out of our high mind into, our fight or flight mode. The inner child takes over, the little 2-year-old, and I have a like our pet samurai cat inside that wants to attack and hiss or run and hide. And, so when we're having these types of things happen, you know, realizing, every moment is either difficult and fear based or peaceful and higher vibration. And so when we're having hard times, we can, try to do those things like we talked about yesterday, how to calm ourselves, how to take a step back, how to step out of fear and, breathing and getting out into nature, like for you playing music, taking a hot bath, a hot shower, whatever it is, just to cleanse and to get out of the situation so that we can calm down and see it more clearly. Because when we're in fear, everything feels like it's out of control, um, and we're very hyper vigilant and looking for the monsters that are scaring our little inner child. And it's amazing that you got the inner child card, but you know um and then we can get to the root of it, right? And it's not wrong. And so of course, like we talk about being gentle with yourself when you're having a hard time, you know if you have something that's a source of comfort, that can help you connect higher, then do those things to, as soon as you feel the flags coming up, um, do those things that help you stay balanced, right? We talked about a lot of balance yesterday. When we start to feel we're going out of balance, that's when we're like, whoa, and we grab onto something that will make us balance. It doesn't mean we reject and stuff down the tough times and the emotions and things that come, because we're going to feel those. We're going to let those go. and and step out of fear. And so you can take away the bad. You have a habit that makes you feel stable that you don't want to do anymore. Is that why you feel it's bad? Or is it unhealthy? Does it hurt your body? Um, if it's those things, then you do the things to feel stable, and then like we talked about, you get help. If there's something that you're trying to break a habit with or something, then definitely it's a good time to get help with your inner child, with all the triggers and all the stuff that's happening. So we talk about if you can access counseling. I definitely feel like it's a great tool, teaches us a lot of things that helps us learn about our inner child, and to be able to look at those things. So, and counseling, at least these days, is not as taboo as it was back then. It's like, oh, don't let people find out. Now it's like normal. Everyone's like, oh yeah, let's go to counseling. It's this world the way it is, how can we survive without it? Really getting into understanding our who we are, and how to transform all this chaos that's out there. Yeah. So that's good. So do what you need to do, you know, to just remain alive and functioning until you can, get the assistance that you can with that, and just trust, that your inner child is a lot of this energy that's coming up is being triggered from your past and transform. You've been doing a lot of transformation, but at some point, I know when I went to counseling, it was amazing. I went 10 sessions is what we got for free through our company, and I went through all 10, but I split it up. I go, "Okay, I wanna learn about this. Okay, that's good. Now the next session, I wanna learn about this." And my counselor was like, "You're so funny." But I'm like, "I'm getting the most out of my sessions." But, definitely, just know that nothing lasts forever. Everything is temporary. These lives are temporary, but there is hope in sight, and your inner child, wants you to trust the gifts, trust the intuition, and follow your heart too. But do those things that can help you stay as balanced as you can until you're able to, pursue that. Yeah. Yeah, but you're not who you were before, right? And so try to keep an open mind as you go into, um, go into those, you know, we have those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets, it's like, do we go into those? So it's like when we are going, it never helped me and it won't help me, then it won't, right? But if we go in with an open mind and go, I'm not who I was before, and I'm ready now, so it'll be more, more of a help, right? So I appreciate that. All right. So that's what they have for your first one here. Hey, Alice. Yeah, shout out to one of my YouTube channel members. Yeah, I will after this session in about an hour and 45 minutes. I will be going to my Praying Mantis member session for an hour. So I will. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, I know, right? What? I know. All right. So, and then for your second question and your second donation, thank you. The really peaceful or asleep or somber, whichever emoticon that is. Um, and all right, Alice. So I'll try to do it in this one if I have time, Alice, or um, you can pop into the later one if you're gonna come during the praying mantis one. Otherwise, I'll include it in the uh, hopefully if I don't get through the free readings in this session, then it'll be in the one that I come back on there, or you can ask it in the praying mantis one, whichever one comes first. All right. I really appreciate your help too, Supernova. You're such a big contributor. Thank you so much. And your second question here is the spirit guide's advice for your turbulent and difficult days. Absolutely. So, what we'll have here, again, they want to go to a angel guide oracle for this. So let's take a look here. Sure, Alice. If I depends on if I get additional donations, I always prioritize those. Otherwise, I'll move on to the free readings. It might be a light night, so I might be able to get it in here. As they say, God willing, and the creeks don't rise. All right, so let's take a look here, Supernova. What does Spirit want you to know here? Spirit guides advice for turbulent and difficult days. All right. Yep, you got your guardian angel coming in here. Beautiful, beautiful. And this it's interesting. I think he talks about it in here. We'll see what he says here. I might add more on to here. But he mentions that everyone has a guardian angel who's been with them since their soul's creation. Yes. And now your guardian angel is drawing closer to you than ever. And this angel guide knows you, loves you, and accepts you completely. Before your incarnation on earth, you danced across the stars together. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or alone at this time, know that your angel guide is with you to share their love and make you feel safe. You never walk this path alone. Angels are always there to light the way. This card is a huge reminder that you always have their help, support, and companionship available to you. The extended message is that you are an independent soul and often find yourself trying to do everything on your own, but know that even just a quick prayer to your guardian angel can take away some of that pressure. Your angel wants you to hear, your angel wants to hear more from you. In order to support you fully, they must be invited to do so, but then no request is too much. Your angel guide was made for you and dedicated to you. And take time today for an easy and informal conversation with them. Speak openly and in a heartfelt way about your life, any challenges that you're facing, and anything you need help with. Through that conversation, their help will find its way to you. When this card comes up for you, they want you to know that they are with you. Yeah. So they're definitely around you, and they are. I love that he mentions that, we all have a spiritual posse, right? And our guardian angel, everyone has a guardian angel that when our soul was created, they were created right along next to us. They wanted to be created as our guardian angel and to be with us our entire existence. And it actually, what Spirit told me with a guardian angel, how we have the mother and father of all things, creator, you know, God, whatever you believe your higher power to be, they wanted to um, have this relationship with us as parent child, right? So we have father, mother, whatever, with us as the children, each individual of us, like a spoiled only child, we can have that type of relationship with them in a positive way, not spoiled brat, but they love us so much they want to give to us. But they also wanted to have a relationship with us as besties, as best friend. So guardian angels are the best friend essence of the creator that they wanted to be with us. So they have that, but they also have this with us. And so they are with us with all of that. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, yeah. And then we, of course, have angels, angels that are with us our entire lifetimes too. But we also have angels that are specific to us in specific lifetimes. And within a lifetime, also angels that are like special angelists, where they come in for a certain period of our life and then they move on to something else. But they're the ones that help us, like specialists who help us through certain things in our lives. And then we have animal guides. We've got, loved ones who've gone to the other side already. We've got ancestors, a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light. So when we realize how supported we are, but like it said, they honor our free will. We come down here to try to make our way through everything in life, um, and it's like a little 2-year-old trying to pour milk in their cereal the first time, and let me do it, right? They let us do it, and they're there, but at any moment, if we just ask for help or assistance, all we have to do is ask of our own free will, and then they will assist us. But they back off and they let us because we're like, I want to try it myself. All right, you go ahead. But they also have the mop and the paper towels and to clean up after us too, because they realize, all right, they want to try it themselves. And psh, half the milk goes in, the bowl overflows, and all the cereal's on the floor. And we drop the gallon of milk and it spills out all over the floor. And, they're like, oh, we'll get it, we'll clean it up. But they, are there for us. So I love that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Supernova. So I love that message for you. You're never alone, and just ask for help of your own free will. You don't have to do it all on your own, ever. Right. So that's what they have there. And then for your third donation, we've got the poop icon. We got to have the poop icon. I always say that, right? The emoticon. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo from South Park, he is the poo icon. But thank you for your multiple donations. I really appreciate that. And then messages from Kurt Spirit. Yeah. And he wanted to speak through these angels and ancestor oracle. So let's see what he brings in. All right. So what does Kurt want you to know right now? Yeah. Earth Guardian. I love this. Stay rooted and grounded. I love all that green. So let's see here. Sorry for my creaking chair here. Creak, creak, creak. All right. So Kurt wants you to know to take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity, right? The Earth Guardian represents the angels of Earth who bring the medicine of feeling grounded and strong. They're protectors of the land and the planet and can help you connect with your mission here and how you can support the evolution of the planet. The Earth Guardian on the card is a beautiful part angel, part elemental who is non binary, showing that they are a divine being without human gender. Their staff, adorned with a dream catcher, shows they have the capacity to help you ground your dreams into reality. That's so funny. He always is all about your dream. But I feel like he's introducing you to this Earth Guardian. So there's this, like I was just talking about, how there is special agent angels who come in for specific purposes. Well, this Earth Guardian, the specific purpose that I think I can talk, coming into your life is to help you ground your dreams into reality. So you have an angel, it's like your PR angel. They're here to help ground your dream into reality. So you have someone that's a special agent for that. And it says it's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. And if you're rushing ahead or making a decision based on more fearful responses, you'll miss out on the growth that you deserve. So take some time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Breathe, relax, and connect with your center. what we were talking about all this time, right? Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turn into a weed that you have to deal with. I like it. So there is, of course, so Kurt is like, "Oh, trust me, I know all about tough times and difficult times." Um, and they're telling you that you are very well supported. You got so much support, and I love the dream catcher that comes in here. So I like that. I like that energy here. So, definitely, hang in there. And then I do want to round out, since you gave me 3 donations and you donate so much, I do want to pull here from the Voice of the Souls Oracle. And these do bring in a message from your soul, your spirit guides, as well as an entity on the other side, which will be Kurt. So let's take a look here. All right, here it is. Let's see, what do they have here for you? Yeah, okay. So they have the message of guidance, which I believe these cards um, are these the ones where I think there's like, yeah. So these cards come in to help you connect to your psychic abilities. So we're going back here full circle to your inner child is offering you these psychic abilities. And you're invited to receive a message of guidance from your soul, your spirit guides, or an entity. It does say write down what you feel. And then we're going to pull another card because this is like a special card to have you focus in on that. And I feel like 3-6 is an important number for you. And then we'll pull another card here for you. But they do want you to, of course, journal and then also look at, um, write down your feelings. Make sure you're writing down your feelings. And, and then also, know that you have these upgrades and these psychic abilities that are activating within you from your inner child too. Yeah. You. It's all about you. 32. You've been journaling so much. They're like, yes, write down your feelings. Make sure you're writing down your true feelings. All right. So you get card 32, which is you. So your soul message to you. So this is your soul speaking to you, like your higher self, right? It says, you think you don't know, you think you don't see, you think you are not, you think you cannot. This is not so. It's such a thing of your spirit to speak in like lyrics. It sounds like you're an extraordinary being because you're a spiritual soul in a corporal experience. You have great inner beauty and wisdom. Reconnect to yourself. Take a moment to look at yourself in the mirror and love what you see. Your mistakes, your successes, your wrong paths, and your choices. Love your imperfection that you think is imperfect. You are perfect just the way you are. Look at yourself and love yourself. That's your higher self. And then your spirit guides, the whole shebang, the group message to you is everything is inside you. You think you need us, but this is not so. They are there for you, but you don't need us, but we're there for you. You have all the messages and inner strength you need. You are capable of everything, of moving forward how you would like. Don't look for answers or support outside of yourself. Don't think we know better than you. We invite you to take a moment, listen to yourself, and have confidence in yourself. You can move forward however you would like. You can create what matters to you. Everything is right. Don't let yourself be slowed down by others' frames of reference. or be negatively influenced by outer things. Have confidence in yourself and be daring. It's all there inside you, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. Yeah, I like that. And still, like, when I was reading that, they're like, you can still go pursue counseling, but the answers, they don't have the answers. They give you the tools, and then you find the answers inside of you. But you are the one that has the answers inside of you. They don't have all the answers for you. No one in the outside world does. You have them all inside of you. And then the entity, which is Kurt, his messages to you are, um, you think you're talking to me, but it's not me. You're communicating with your soul. But today, you need to communicate with me. You expect too much from what is outside of yourself. You lack faith in yourself. I don't communicate with you to punish you. It's just that for now, you don't need it. So I remain silent and let you communicate with yourself. You need to find yourself again. You need to know yourself again. You have evolved a lot recently, no kidding, but you don't realize it. So you look for outside support and something to lean on. Yet you have many answers inside yourself. Listen to yourself. Understand the messages you hear like an inner conversation. You're talking with a wonderful and splendid person, yourself. This is what you need. When the time comes, we'll be able to talk together. You do you? No, but like you said, he says all this not to, you know, pick on you. They're all everything they've told you is for you, right? Always out of love, always out of support, always for you, because they have no other ulterior motives but to love and support. That's who we are on the other side. You know, we're only jerks and selfish people as humans here, and we come down here to experience our opposite. So just know that you're very, very much supported from the other side. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So hang in there. Thank God. You're so funny. All right. So. Let me just check something really quick here. All right. Um, hey everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone that's come in here. Um, and let me see. All right. I just had noticed. Oh, Carmel Damon. Your question of did they love you and did they play you? I did actually answer that in the second session that I came back on. So here is a link to the video, and in that the comments, it'll list the order in which the readings were completed, so you can spot your name and know about whereabouts in the um, session that it was answered. So you don't have to wait for me to get to you. You can jump to that and find your answer there. And if you want to ask a different question for this session, feel free to do so. But I thought rather than do the reading all over again, I would just give that to you there. So, alrighty. So many blessings to you. You're very welcome, Nova. You deserve it. They definitely wanted to just give you a lot of love and a lot of guidance right now for you there. So re-listen to that as many times as you'd like. All right. All right. And shout out to another one of my actually winners from this month, Happy Pill. Hello, hello. Shout out to one of my YouTube channel members. All right. So I think that's it for the donations. So if anyone wants theirs prioritized, you would be up next. Until then, we're going to jump in to the free readings, and we'll start at the top with content. So content. You wanted a general on your future spouse. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Well, we got the temperance card here, which is there's a dual message here. One, because the temperance is like a patience card. And because it's like it takes time for this alchemy to take place. They're a very patient person, which is great. That means they're patient with us and everything else and don't feel stressed out, which is great. But the other message that comes in on the future spouse is that whenever we get a temperance card and a slow, like it's taking its good old time for them coming your way, that it gives us an opportunity to when things are slow down and it's so that we don't draw in lower vibrational things, relationships or whatever. It gives us time to raise our love vibration, and in raising our love vibration it speeds things up, right? And we do that by look working on our self-love, our self-worth, by looking into the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make me, they're the ones rooted in fear that we've been given all our lives about supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and must, those things that make us feel small and limited and blah, 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 right? So we question those, we question the emotions that, lower vibration that, these triggers, these emotions that rise that feel so low and lower vibration. This slowness allows us to deal with those, transform those to higher vibration so that we don't bring those into that relationship. So we meet on a higher vibrational level and not have a lower vibrational relationship that involves cheating and lying and betrayal and arguments and frustration and blah, because who wants that for the rest of your life, right? So you have this opportunity to raise your love vibration, and as you do, it does speed things up. So you're both working on raising your love vibration, and as you do that, you guys are drawn more quickly together. Otherwise, it's going to take a while. So the more you work on that and raise that vibration by raising your self love, raising your self worth, then you guys can meet even sooner than if you keep going at the rate that you're going right now. So you can speed things up if you want. So I like that. I like it that it's in your hands, right? Right. So that's what they have for you, content. So many blessings to you. All right. And then JJJ, you are up and you want to, let's see, will you like the new workplace that you're going to work at? And actually, that sounds familiar. Um, so I did answer that either yesterday or this morning, whenever you asked it before. But and I feel like I think you got the 4 of Wands or something, but you have the 10 of Cups. So if you wanted to make doubly sure, well, you are. 10 of Cups is overflowing joy and celebration. So I definitely feel like this new place that you are definitely going to have it. They're reminding me, which is an amazing with as many readings as I do, it felt like there was this message of that you're going to enjoy it. It is a place of joy and celebration. I think it was the 4 of Wands. Can't believe I remember that at all this, but it's because it's stable energy, but it's joy, celebration. It just feels like a really kind of community and a lot of support there. So I feel like you really are super, super, going to enjoy it and love it with this 10 of Cups. So yeah, very much so. But it feels like family. They like to keep things upbeat and they care for their employees. It just feels really like a great atmosphere. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, JJJ. So many blessings to you. Right. We'll continue moving down the list here. You're welcome, Carmel. Yeah, and Carmel, if you have another question that you want to free for this session, you can pop it in here too. All right. So, Mika Khan, you are up. So, will you be able to get a job at Kimchi? Yeah, well, I don't know. You got the 5 of Wands here, which it feels like a lot of people are competing for that. It's funny. That's what it looks like here. But this 5 of Wands is this transformation here. I feel like that, you're going to gain clarity around this, and I don't feel like the job at Kimchi is the one that um your spirit team feels is for your highest experience, because the Five of Wands is a change of energy, a change of interest, a change of passion, and so it's like you're doing something that you'll enjoy more. I feel like kimchi almost feels like it's more of a supposed to or should or need to, like your brain goes, "Well, this would be what we need to do." But your heart goes like, "No, I don't wanna do that. I wanna do something else that makes me sing, makes me feel full." So it's like your heart wants to have something that you wouldn't be bored at, and I feel like they're saying, "Oh, I don't no, that's like putting me in a cage. Don't make me do it." I feel like there's something else that your heart wants to do, and I feel like there's this switching up of that energy, and your heart wants you to go that direction instead of, like you always do what the mind tells you to do. Can I have a chance this time? I want to choose. And we're like, all right, what do you want to do? Right. So follow your heart. I feel like they're trying to keep you from just some um, lower vibrational experiences at that place. They want something more for you. So I don't feel like that's for you. I feel like there's something else. So hopefully you know what that is. If not, ask your heart. When was the last time you felt like you were going to sing? When was the last time that you felt full? Ask your heart that, and then write down the last 5 times that you felt that way, and see if there's a job or an opportunity that will get you in that direction, right? So that's what I feel is coming through for you. Right? So many blessings to you. And then Day Sturgis, you'd like an energy reading. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. Did you get this earlier? I don't know. We got the Three of Pentacles, which is this energy of being true to your authentic self. And if it was you that got this, because this energy, it's the same thing of you see how there's people helping. It's about being true to your authentic self, but also allowing people to assist you on your journey too as you go through this. And, it is this try not to get drawn off and by people who are your supporters that are going, have you ever tried doing it this way? And you're like, well, okay, we can try it that way, even though you don't want to do it. Don't. They're like spirits saying, no, say, you know what, I appreciate that, I'll keep that in mind, but I really would like to do it this way and try it this way first, if you don't mind. And then the people, of course, you have the people who are always gonna find something wrong. "Why'd you do it that way? You should have done this way, blah, blah, blah," the dream poppers and those people that feel low about themselves that will always, you know you know "Buh, buh, buh, buh," beat up, everyone because they're having opportunities that they don't get, so they'll try to drag it down. They're like, "Try not to get swayed in all those directions. Stay true to yourself and move forward in this," right? So it's like, head in this direction, and be true to yourself. Allow people to assist you, but on your terms, not on their terms, right? And if they're like, well, no, it has to be this way. If you want my help, say, okay, well, maybe another time. I'll definitely keep that in mind for something else that I have in mind for the future. But I'm going to focus on this thing and I really want it this way. Stand your ground. I like it. So that's what's coming in for you at Day Sturgis. So many blessings to you. And then Dollface Diva, message from Spirit. All right, let's take a look here. So I like this Justice card. I like how your eyes are opening. You can see in the reflection here. In fact, I want to do it this way. It's like you're seeing things more clearly here. The Justice card is, she's holding the Ace of Swords there that the scales are balancing on. And that Ace of Swords is what gives you the clarity of mind. You're seeing things from this higher perspective. You're connecting to those capital T truths of the higher realm that allow you to transform lower vibrational small t truths that are rooted in fears. We have a ton of those. Usually the scales start off very lopsided because we're inundated growing up with so many roles that are rooted in fear from the humans that are all around us growing up: parents, teachers, siblings, other relatives, movies, books, whatever. We're inundated so many opinion. It gets overflown. But now this is a time where you've been really just making significant balancing of things from the higher realm, seeing things from a different perspective, and questioning some lower vibrational fears and triggers, and you're moving them. Not only are you taking this off so it moves, goes like this, but you're taking something from here, transforming it into higher vibrational knowledge and wisdom. So you put it on here, and it's the balancing is happening fast because of that. And so I like that for you. I feel like your eyes are really opening to a lot of things, and you're starting to, even if you just look back a year ago, you're like, yeah, I don't trigger for things that I would have triggered before around things. And I just like this, um, awareness of it, right? Like you're coming around on anniversaries of stuff where you would have been like, "Arr," and now you're like, well, it doesn't really bother me. I like this. I feel like a big piece of the message from spirit is to be aware of how far you've come and how balanced things are. And that the balancing, they just want you to know the balancing is, really speeding up because of things that you have initiated, both in inner, like if there's some significant things that you're transforming on the inside, that there's so many other emotions and thoughts that are attached to that. You're getting to the root of some things with everything that's above it automatically takes care of itself. And so you're really going to feel some changes that happen because of getting to the root of some fears that you had in your life. And you're realizing I'm transforming that, because that transforms everything else within it too. So I like that. Right. And that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you. Right, we'll continue moving down the list here. And we've got Teshi Singh. You want to know, how does he perceive your social media accounts? Uh-oh, let's take a look here. All right, we have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords, represents nightmare and insomnia, but it's the transformation of fears that are here. And I feel like how they perceive your social media accounts is they see a progression of growth. Like they see like some old posts of that are kind of um fear influenced, I guess you could say, if that makes sense. But then they see this transformation that's happened over time. And so when they look at it, they're just like, wow, they see an evolution of you and who you are, and they've noticed that. That's like a big thing that's standing out in their minds is like, wow, you've come a long way, sister. Well, they wouldn't say sister, but that's me saying that. But you have, and they recognize this progression through your social media, which is great. Sometimes, like in Facebook, especially, where they have memories that pop up, and I look at things 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and I'm like, wow. Sometimes I'm like, wow, that was really good. I wrote that. Other times I'm like, wow, look how far I've come. So, I like that. But uh, I feel like what's the one big thing that I want you to know about that. So that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings to you. And then Rocky's World 777. You want to know, is Roberto okay? He hasn't answered your text. Let's take a look here and see what we have here. Yeah, we've got the Eight of Cups. So, Eight of Cups is walking away from emotions and relationships and things that don't serve him anymore. And they're walking towards like a dream come true. So I feel like they're doing a lot of emotional reflection right now, and they're evaluating like what friendships, relationships, and things that they want to interact with and keep and not. So I just feel like they're going through an emotional time, really wanting to pursue their dreams, bring a lot of their emotional energy to them. So I feel like they're just in this super evaluative time, if that's a word, where they're evaluating their emotions and where they're heading with stuff. And so they're just kind of like in this hermit mode where they just don't feel like talking to anyone, if that makes sense. So, um, because the Eight of Cups leads to the Nine of Cups. Nine is the hermit's journey. So I feel like they're just kind of pulling back and determining what what they're keeping in their life and what they're not, right? And that they haven't replied to you isn't that they're not choosing you to interact with. They're just not talking to anyone, and then they'll start choosing, and then they'll reach out to you, but just give them a little bit of time, right? So that's what they have for you. So many blessings, Rocky's world. All right. So we're right here. And so, Supernova, thank you so much for your additional donation. Another poopy emoticon. So, at your age, you feel you're going through a lot. When could uh, everyone get back to, or everything get back to normal again? Um, you'll be around 50 years old when it gets back to normal. No, just kidding. Just speaking from personal experience. No, just jokes, just jokes. Yeah. Um, yeah, like, "What?" But you get used to it after a while, you know? Um, and when you say normal, you mean you're normal? Um, yeah, we'll take a look here and see what they're saying here around, when, because 'cause you're asking when, so around timing. We'll see here. Yeah. And we knew your journey is, the 5 of Cups, right? Um, so, with the 5 of Cups, you see all the reflection and the 3 cups in the river. And, we always talk about how the 5 of Cups is your like not the trigger, like a spark of a lot of your dreams, right? Where it's, turmoil and whatever you're going through with all this journaling and all the journey that you're on. This is how you help people in the future. This is where the pain, where the suffering, where the stuff comes through in your songs, right? And like they were mentioning in your previous reading, you've come a long way, and you don't feel like you've done a whole lot, but you have. It's not true. You have. And the thing about sometimes, especially in the beginning, sometimes like year number 2 can feel harder than year number 1, because when you're used to being in a loud place that's very chaotic and very loud, when you step outside into silence and your ears get used to silence, when loud music starts, even though it's not at the volume of the chaotic place you came from, because you get used to silence, everything feels so much bigger and louder because your ears have got more sensitive than when you were in this loud place. So something when you compare the chaos and the loudness of things that you're experiencing now to what you had before, there is no comparison because it was so loud before that it seems loud now when really it's not. If that makes sense. Yeah, exactly, like that card said, right? You're realizing that you have the answers within you, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm seeing that." And so, even though it feels like, "Oh my gosh, it feels like so much harder than last year." No. If you were able to go back in a time machine, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so loud, never mind." But this is the 5 of Cups, this is the movement. And, you know, the when is that when you're done feeling the disappointment, whoopsie. Okay, it says disappointment up here. Let me see, I can get it to focus. Come on. Let's show the beautiful card. Come on, come on. Maybe I need to expand my hands here. I don't know why it's being a putz tonight. Come on. All right, but it does say disappointment up here. But this 5 of Cups tells you too that, as your um things turn back to normal, and when you're ready for them to turn back to normal, right? Choking on a poison bug spray. Yeah. You know, every moment we're choosing, how we're feeling, and if we feel like we're out of control, then we're in fear, and we just need to do all those calm things to, to turn things around here. That's on the bottom of the deck. Let's see here. I had a feeling you were going to get the 8 of cups because we had the 8 of cups that was sitting to the that was just out. But you've got the so you have the 5 of cups on the bottom, the 6 of cups, 5, 6, and 8. You got all this cups and all these emotions that are happening here. And, emotions are felt, right? Emotions are felt. Yeah, and here comes so we have the power of emotional choice. We also have the power of energetic choice with the 2 of wands. And the 9 of wands, the only we have that barrier that's there. You see the star, the one back there with the star, and the rest of them are the moons. That star is your magic wand, and stepping into our power, realizing whatever I focus on and whatever emotions I choose in each moment is what grows and expands, right? And so one of the things that can help bring balance is when we're feeling down, when we're feeling lower vibrational energies, which are all rooted in fear, depression, sadness. And I'm not speaking to chemical. Sometimes we have chemicals in our brain that make it harder for us to choose joy. And that's what, psychiatrists are for. They're people that can determine chemical imbalances and help balance things out, things like that but um but for the most part, even people that have chronic depression and stuff, we can feel less depressed if we purposely try to choose a higher vibration emotion. They still might feel depressed with whatever's going on, but I feel like that's a smaller portion of when all the rest of us that feel disappointed and depressed and different things, it's because of the fears that are eating up our life. But if we make it a habit to choose gratitude, doing gratitude journals are so huge, right? It's there's this you know, if you just start off doing every single day one thing to be grateful for, or you can do one in the morning and one at night. You can even build into it if you want. Sometimes it just takes all my energy to be thankful for one thing today. But then we're like, okay, I'll do one in the morning when I wake up, and then I'll do one before I go to bed at night. And then I'll start adding in one at lunch in the middle of the day or whenever the middle of the day is for, right? And then if I really wanna make a change in my life, I will do it every hour, every half hour, and that's when I start setting an alarm where, it's, doing that, type of, you know, energy. And, um, and that helps change things because we change that, that energy. So that's what's coming in there. Hey, Solomon, if you could not spam the chat, I appreciate that. um, so if you have a question, yeah, so I don't know if you have a question, Solomon, but if you do have a question for a reading, you can pop it in there. But yeah, if you could just not spam the chat, I'd appreciate that. Um, so that's what I feel, there, Nova. It's just really looking at um, stepping into your power and knowing you have the power and try to balance things, get the tools, get the things, and just really step into that. You know what I mean? It's like you know, there's a lot within our power. There's a lot that we can do, to do that. So I like that. Yeah. Damn. All right. So I feel like that's what they have for you there, as far as the when. It's when you're ready, for that. It's when we're ready to do that. But the more we can consciously and make it a habit for us to focus on higher vibration, it helps balance out this world full of lower vibrational opportunities that come in there as well. So I like that. You are very welcome, and thank you for your additional donation. I really appreciate that. So many blessings to you. Hang in there, my dear. Then we'd left off with me, not me, but ME up at the top. And so you said your tests didn't come back good. You're in a lot of pain. What is your outlook? All right. Oh, okay. So the tests on the thing there. Okay, let's take a look here and see what they have here. Yeah, we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is about victory. It is about positive movement forward and energy. So, I really I'd almost feel like getting a second opinion, because doctors and, the medical people, they can make a diagnosis, they can tell us things, but the prognosis, which is what I'm going to do about it, is up to us, right? And sometimes I've learned through visiting hospitals with several people over the last 10 years that a lot of medical people, they have opinions and they think as certain things a certain way, but you also get a lot of different you know um a lot of different opinions. So, I feel here, what they're saying here, your outlook, the Six of Wands is, it's a victory, it's an overcoming of things. And I feel like a big piece of this is about balancing energies, the Six of Wands, and really allowing us to step back and realize the power we have over our lives, right? I mean, if you watch, there's this great movie, it's probably still out there on Netflix or somewhere, but it's called Heal, Heal. And there's other ones out there too, but it talks about how, the Western medical is good for emergencies and, like, you know, keeping us from dying right away, but there's so much more we can do to help our bodies heal that they don't ever talk about. And there's so much, our bodies are such powerful healing machines. And of course, I'm no um, professional medical individual. So disclaimer, but I really encourage you that if the Western world is going, no, there's nothing we can thank them, well, thank you, because that's going to open me up to a whole new world of possibilities that are out there. So I know it's tough, and if you can take some deep breaths and step out of the fear from what they've have mentioned, we can really look into um, other alternatives, other ways of doing things too. And just if you have the ability to check out that movie, it's called Heal, Heal, and it's really an eye-opening movie that has a wide variety of different individuals that have overcome things that the doctor said, prepare to meet your maker, and they like, no, thank you. I appreciate your diagnosis, but I'm in control of my prognosis. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Me, hang in there. We're going to send you lots of love and a lot of energy there. Oh, there you are. Right? Exactly. There's so many, you know, side effects of stuff. So absolutely, absolutely. So I like that Six of Wands for you. It's like, ta-da! So I like that. Right? So hang in there, me. You are me. All right. Right. And then we'll go down that one. All right. And Supernova, thank you so much for your additional donation and your pie. Do you know I'm hungry? Thank you so much, me. I appreciate you too, and hang in there. Um, I feel like you're gonna have an amazing journey. Especially, it's like I almost feel like you'll have a story to tell. You'll be up on stage telling people, things when it feels comfortable. Don't worry. You're like, oh no. So hang in there. All right. So, no, but thank you so much for your additional donation. So, continuing on the message that your soul sent you about your inner wisdom and inner knowledge, what else don't I see about the me that you doubt? Okay. Let's take a look here. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. And the bottom of the deck is, yeah, it's going to go. The bottom of the deck is the big unseen thing, which is the strength card. Isn't that hilarious? You're so much stronger than you've been taught to believe. And, the strength card is all about connecting to your higher self. You have your human self, which in this one is the wolf, the woofy, and then the maiden on the back is your higher self. And, um, you're so much stronger. What don't you see about the you that you doubt of how strong you actually are? And, there's just a great amount of strength there. We'll see what else we have here. Yeah. Yeah. Peel, 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 peel. And, got the Princess of Wands. You don't realize here with the Page of Wands, just the heightened spiritual abilities that you have, and this goes back to that inner child. With the Princess of Wands, it's like downloads, it's upgrades in your spirituality. Pages are like number 11s because you go from the ace through the 10, and then page is 11, knight is 12, queen is 13, king is 14. And so this is an upgrade. This is heightened, spiritual abilities. And I just feel like this is, you know, um, with all of this. And this is about, inner strength, not strength of your body. You're not going to be a, you know, He-Man. This is about the inner strength that you have. You don't realize how strong you are there. So you have that. And then the devil card here too, I think one of the things that you don't really realize about, you is this how far you've come, this cage that you've released yourself from so much. And we've talked before about, the devil card with Saturn and Capricorn energy can bring in this energy about what a Saturn return is. And we already have that. It's like normally we start at like 24 years old is when we start to feel the impact of it. And then 28 and 29 is when it's at its heightened. And then it starts drifting away for another 4 or 5 years. So it's like that 10-year stint of 5 years before and 5 years after, being 28 to 29, is when we feel this Saturn return where our whole life beliefs are challenged and shaken and rattled. And you are, of course, on an advanced course where you matured early in life in a lot of ways, right? Um, but you're also experiencing this sooner than normal. And I feel like they just want you to know you signed up for it, but it's because, again, you're so much stronger than you realize, and because you knew you could handle it, and you want to work through that. You want to do that because of where the planet's heading and the timing that it's heading. You're like, you know what? I want to start it here. And they're like, okay, initial here, uh, sign here, and initial your signature here for the advancement of it. Because you're like, no, I do want to have all this early. So you have this strength, and that you asked for it. So, we've got that energy that comes in here, right? And part of all this that you're learning too, that you don't know about, you have the Ace of Swords, which is seeing the higher perspective with this Five of Pentacles, which are these beliefs around lack and being left behind, being left out in the cold, those types of energies and abandonment feelings, and you're seeing things from a higher perspective with that it's beyond that, that you're seeing it from a different perspective. You're really starting to be able to see the reality of things separate from your human experience. You're going to go, okay, I went through this, but why did I want to go through that? In the higher knowledge of, oh, because I know I chose to feel abandoned and feel left behind and unchosen and all that in my childhood, so that I would choose myself and I would have that advanced awareness and not have that attachment that I would have had if I had a close loving knit family where we were so meshed together. But I'm so independent now because of it, and I realize that's why I chose it. I see what I went through as a child, but I realize the higher purpose in it. And that's what you're realizing with all that too. So I like that. What a trip. I know, what an adventure. Woohoo. So that's what they want you to know about that one. And thank you for your additional donation and your emoticon emoji. And let's see here. And is that your second question? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, was your question, what? I don't even think I realize if I do, then how do I know? um, yeah, and that's, I think we answered it with that, right? You know when suddenly you see things from a higher perspective, right? All right, so I will jump back up and continue with free readings, and then as soon as you put your question, I will jump back down to you. Okay. All right. So think about it. Ponder, ponder. All right. So we left off with Gene XO for the next free reading. And yeah, absolutely. You're welcome for the time and insights earlier. So, 10 of Swords. You guess he's still hurting from you breaking up with him. And I think he's going through another ending. It's sad. Oh, yeah, and that's, you're not really asking a question, but I'm still going to answer. Whether you like it or not. No, I'm just kidding. So, um, it is, right? When we break down the phrase, "It is sad," you can delete the sad and put a period at the end of it. It just is, right? Um, all of us sign up for our adventure and we come down here on purpose. We don't come down here accidentally and go, "Oops, I pushed the wrong button. How did I end up down here?" We come down here with such purpose and such desire for experiencing this large, giant amusement park full of fear rides. And when we experience all of this that's going on, um, you know, the 10 of Swords is a great place to be because it's us releasing and realizing, "I've had enough of this," all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. I'm just exhausted. I don't want it anymore. And that's the great place to be. My friends would tell me, "I just feel like I can't take it anymore." I'm like, "Oh, good. You're so close." So they're like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "You're so good. You're so close to letting go." And I have this story in one of my books called The Speedboat Called Surrender. And it's about, the kind of the quick synopsis of it is, you look down and you're like, we have a doubt or a judgment or something with these 10 of Swords, right? This is what these are, these judgments, these supposed to be is like, that person's not supposed to be wearing that. And we're like, what's that? A rope. And we grab down and we hear a not a jet ski, a super speedboat rev its engine, and before we know it, we're having both hands on the rope and we're being dragged across the lake. And it gets faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. We're flying over the lake till we start to learn to let go of these judgments, let go of these small t truths. And so when we get up, the two of swords, the three of swords, it's getting faster and faster and faster. At one point, we're like, I can't take it anymore. I'm tired of all this water in my face and all this stuff. And we let go. That's when the peace and the freedom come, when it becomes too much. And I feel like that's where they're at. So, you know, and we can, if we want to experience sadness, we can look at it and go, oh, I feel bad for people. But I remember the time in my life when it suddenly changed, where when I used to say, oh, I'm so sorry to people when they were going through things. But I stopped saying it because I'm not, because I realize from a higher standpoint, wow, I know it's tough going through that, but when you get through the other side, the only like the way how did they say it? It's in this book where I have it covered in books. Um the way I guess the way beyond it is through it. It's always going through it, and we can't go around it, above it, or below it. With that's the only way is through it, and it's like, yeah. So allow ourselves to go through it, and allow everyone to go through it, and it's okay. We can allow people to do that. So I like it. All right. So hopefully that helps, Jean, if you're still here. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Maud, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. Oh, and then Jean, I do see you have a question here, so we'll answer that here in a second. I see it further down, but it was a few away. All right. So, Nova, okay, you asked your question here, so we'll jump down to that, and then Daisy, we'll go to you next here. So, um, why do you feel so, let's see, why do I feel so dark? So blue, I think is what you were saying. Dark and blue. Oh, okay. So why do you feel so dark and blue? Um, but then it goes away and it feels dark, but it doesn't last as severely. And as long as it once did, gets replaced with light. What's up with that? It's confusingly strange. So yeah. So yeah, and it's the pattern of life here. Well, we'll pull some cards here, of course. But, the whole thing with, why does life seem dark, and, you know, why does then the light come out? It's like, this the ebb and flow of life is normal, you know, um, the world spins. Why do we have day? Why do we have night? Why do we have a full moon and then a dark moon? Why does the tide come in and why does the tide go out? This is a world of contrast. It's a world of up and down, of hot and cold, of soft and rough, and um, water and you know rock, and like liquid and solid. And so this is a world of opposites and contrasts. It's the whole giant amusement park full of fear rides that's here. So you know when we start off, as children here, we of course um have this up of life because we are coming here and we don't have any rules, and then we go down. It goes down, 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 right? And then we start having ups and downs. When we get what we want, we have ups. When we don't get what we want, we have downs. When we're praised, we're up. When we're punished, we're down. We're kind of taught up and down, in a lot of um, fear-based beliefs, right? And so when we're in fear, we're down. When we're not in fear, we're up. And we're taught a lot of fear-based things. And so we have a lot of triggers that take us down when we're in fear. It because fear is lower vibrational, of course, unconditional love is higher vibrational. So we're up when we're not in fear, experiencing love, joy, gratitude, woohoo, laughter. And then a fear comes in and we drop into lower vibration. So we're like, woo, 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 woo. It is that type of energy. Yeah. So exactly. The two cards that came out, 10 of Swords, all of those fears, and then the Queen of Wands, the fire and the fun and the excitement, right? And so we go from feeling like a hot mama to dead, trapped there, right? And so that's a great representation of what we're talking about here. The high and the low. And and it's normal. It's normal for this realm. Our norm is normally, 90% down, 10% up. And then as we evolve and we question those fears, we go to 80-20, then 70-30, 60-40, 50-50. Woohoo! We're like, wow. And then we can keep going that way, to where we are more higher vibration than lower vibration. But on the other side, we're totally 100% higher vibration. We come down here to experience low to understand what high is, right? If we're always up here, we don't know any different. But when we experience a low, we're like, oh, that's like a high vibration, right? It's like to understand joy, we have sadness. To understand unconditional love, we have conditional love. To understand what peace, we have chaos. And so we have these things, and when we're neither's right, neither's wrong, but lower vibration definitely feels uncomfortable because we're not used to it. From back home, we're higher vibration, we don't experience that. So when we, experience it down here, we're like, "Ugh, this feels weird." And we're like, "Yeah, it's different. We're not used to it. It's strange." It is that way. So, if you look at it that way and consider it, that's why we feel the way we do, and ups and downs are normal, and but when we're tired of it, we're getting motion sick, we're like, "All right, let me find some ways to balance this out where I'm not going high, high, low, low, high, high, low, low." That it's more like going along on a little boat, woo, voom, voom, instead of, up way and then diving deep and up and down. We can balance that out, and you're at the age of, things balancing out chemically in your body, and you're also, in a transformational time in your life of moving from like teenager to young adult, and it is kind of daunting, and fears are triggered because things are normally so kind of formatted or defined for you, but when it's suddenly going, okay, now you get to go do what you want, you're like, no. So, take it moment by moment as much as you can, but just understand the ups and downs are normal. But when you want to normalize and kind of balance things out, that's when we, you know, um, look at how we can balance more often with higher vibrational things, right? With those things we've talked about. Yeah, very good. I'm glad. Yo, boom. All right. So thank you again for your multiple donations. So grateful. I really appreciate that. Right. So that's what they have. And then Daisy, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And you said your question's up here. So what advice coming as recommend direction for your career? You're currently on leave. And if you continue in your current job, what shows up? All right, let's take a look here. You are very welcome, Nova. Supa Danova. All right. So first of all, um, let's tackle the last part first here. I feel like they want to find out if you continue in your current job, what shows up. Okay. And then what advice about a round career? Hey, hello, hello. All right. Yeah. So if you stay in your current job, all right, you know, you really, I mean, if you stay in your current job, you still have fulfillment of life with the 10 of Pentacles. You have the 6 of Pentacles, which is you have abundance. You're able to have enough for yourself and that you give to others. So wealth and success. And eventually, you discover it's not enough because then you have the Princess of Pentacles, which is like new opportunities, heightened opportunities. And the Star card is like your dream come true. Like, what is it that to have my dream come true? Wealth and success, one of the big things when we, get into a job and we move up and we get the things we're told and taught that we're supposed to have. When we get up there, we're like, why do I still feel empty? Why is there, this, you know, um, I don't know, this empty feeling and, and all that wonderfulness. Oh my gosh, look at all these wands. Um, so, you know, part of what they're, oh, yeah, I feel like if you continue in that job, that you'd be able to work forward and work up and work through things and go that route. But, we're going back to the career advice, right? Because that's they're saying, well, you could do this and you could go that way, but that's where the but comes in. You know, it wouldn't be your dream. You could continue there, but it would feel empty. And so if you don't continue to work there, hallelujah, because there it's like if you're in a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship, and you don't want to leave it because you're afraid. If they throw you out, you don't go, no, I want back in there. You're like, bye, psh, run for your life, right? And that's what I feel like they want you to know here. Because you've got on the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess, which is all about trust in your gut, trust in your instinct, getting into the heart. What would make your heart sing? And that's what you're learning here. You have this hermit's journey, which while you're on leave, you're alone here with the hermit. And during this time, you're learning what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. I wanted you to see the picture. You see the strings attached here with the Eight of Swords. You're realizing what of these fears and beliefs you had from the past make you feel blinded and bound and trapped. What are you fearing? What do you feel you can't do and why? What are these fears that are here? And this is the time that you're realizing it and bringing a lot of this unknown to the surface. And you're going, yeah, I don't think I want this. This isn't my dream come true, right? Because when I asked for advice here, you've literally got, let me do these right here. You've got the 10 of wands. And now wands is your drive, your passion, your inspiration, right? You're moving from the 10 of wands, which feels like oppression, which you're investing so much energy in this job, both mentally, emotionally, your life energy into this job. The 10 is endings and beginnings. And you go off onto the princess of wands, which is the 11, which happens right after the 10, and then you move into the Prince of Wands, which is right after the Princess, number 12, which is movement and the pursuit and the quest of it. And then you have the Queen of Wands, which comes right after the Prince. And so then one after that is the King of Wands. But all of this is living your passion, not doing what you think you're supposed to do. It's like if you could do anything in your life and share your love with the world in your own unique, special way, what would it be? What's holding you back? What fears are there? So you have this passion, we can trust that if something is moved out of our lives, on purpose, everything's on purpose for a purpose for us. when people leave our lives or are removed out of our lives, or jobs are moved out of our lives, situations are moved out of our lives, it's not happening to us. We're not being punished. Things aren't being, done. It's for us, and it's releasing us. It's moving things out of our life that don't serve us anymore, that are blocking it. And it creates space in our life for what is more in alignment with our higher self. It clears the path to allow us to move forward. And so I feel like this is what they're saying here is there's a difference between existing in a job and living your dream with a career, right? And it has to do with getting out of our head around the supposed tos and shoulds out of fear and living our existence out of our heart and what we're wanting to head into. Yeah. Yeah. So fear of not having enough and while you pursue your passion. But then you reevaluate. Like for me, to do what I love, I was like, um, I had money saved up and I left what I was doing and I was living with a friend and it was less than I would normally pay for apartments and stuff, but I was paying out money every month on it and I was getting to the point where, all right, creator, if I'm going to continue to live this dream and to do this, I'm going to have to find somewhere and like I started looking for, well, I'm going to have to find a job and where can I afford to move where I could do a part-time job and continue to do this and make it all work. And it was like so expensive everywhere. And I'm going, how can I do this? I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I need your help. And then my host here, one of my best friends, she called me and goes, I just bought a house and I have a basement. And I want you to come live in there for free. I love what like, that's how I'm helping give to the world is through you, so come live here for free, and I'm like, "What?" And so we evaluate and we look at, what do I really need in my life, and what are these thoughts and beliefs that are restricting me? I must have an apartment, I must have my own place, I must have a job, I must have this and that, but if I did that, then I would totally miss out on this opportunity to do this, right? And so I feel like it's important to know, important to know that. Right. Sorry, I'm just reading what you're saying here. Yeah. So that's a lot of more extra questions, but um going back to the original question and all that, that it is about, finding your passion and going forward with that. And so all of those wands energy, if that's your passion, if that was what would truly make your heart sing and not, you know, you know, this is what I feel like is the right thing to do, but not your heart saying this is what I want to do, that's different, right? It's a totally different way of looking at it all. Um, so let's pull some cards here. Oh, thank you for your additional donation. If you don't mind, Nova, I'm right in the middle of her energy, so I'm going to continue with her questions, and then I'll jump back to yours if you don't mind, because I just don't want to reboot it. If that's okay. So let's see these other questions that you had here. Cool, thank you. So, so you're considering an executive MBA to move forward leadership track, entrepreneur, right? So would it be successful if you would take that step over time? So let's take a look there. You're totally, totally cool with it. I like it. All right. And then would exec MBA in June be good for your career? And it's only a few months, but would need a break from career. What opportunities could open up? Whoa, all right. Evidently, those are it. Let me move these out of the way. And then, there we go. Okay. Well, I think that was it. Okay. So let's take a look here. So your first one was like, um, would it be successful if you took that step over time? Let's take a look here. Well, it would bring you peace of mind here, with the Four of Swords. The Tower card, and this is exactly what I was talking about, removing something out of your life to make space for something that's more in alignment with your higher self and your heart path, right? Let me see what this, because the second question is it good for your career? Well, so the June, it's like here, it's the Four of Wands. Let's see if I can get to focus here, which is about joy, celebration, and stability. It's like both of these cards are like, well, it would bring in stability, but is it really, for you? Would it open up opportunities? Let's take a look here. Over time, you got the temperance card here, which is all about it would take time to unfold, but the devil card here is the shaking and the rattling that's coming in here. And with all of this, I just feel like that this is what your mind wants, but not your heart. So with this energy that comes in here, yeah, choosing joy on the bottom. Three of Cups. You even got the Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups. So you have all this emotion on the bottom of the deck underneath the surface, which is, all about the what about your heart? What does your heart want? It just feels like this direction that you're headed is all about what you've been told growing up and about this is like what you should do, supposed to do, need to, have to do, must do. It's secure, it's solid, but is it what your heart wants, right? There's this great book, and you can maybe see if this helps, but it's the Discover Your Dharma here, which with Sahara Rose. And she's got a website, which is iamsahararose.com. And, we've got this, she's got a couple quizzes on there. One's under the Purpose tab, which is your Dharma archetype. And then there's under the Ayurveda tab, there's a dosha quiz. Both of those will give you some idea on like how you want to share your life purpose with the world, and it might bring some clarity. And if you, highly recommend the book if it resonates for you too. But it's about life purpose, and there's a difference between a job and career than living your life purpose. That's what makes you feel whole and full. And I feel like that's what spirit is nudging you to when you're asking advice about it. And they're saying, yeah, you can totally go with this, MBA and doing all those things. It'll bring you stability, but do you wanna exist and be stable, or do you wanna live, right? And I feel like what spirit is nudging you towards is, like, living instead of existing and stability. Stability, I know when we're feeling unstable, stability sounds like a good plan, but I feel like after a while, you're just like, "Ugh," and you'll wanna leave that and go pursue what you want anyway. It would just be stepping stones. It would just be, a little stepping stones that kind of go further around. You would eventually get there where you're wanting to head anyway, but you can do that, right? Yeah, absolutely. So that's what they have for you, Daisy. So hopefully, that helps in guidance with that. I know this is, it's a scavenger hunt in discovering it because we wish, human wise, we wish a scroll would fall from heavens with a step by step on where I'm supposed to do, what I'm supposed to do and how I should do it. But this world is so much about possibilities, and it's an adventure discovering how we uniquely want to share this love and passion in our heart with the world in our own unique way. And it's not just handed to us because that's boring. We want to go on the adventure. And that's why we come down here to this plane is the adventure. So I like that. So hopefully that helps. All right. So many blessings to you, Daisy. Thank you for your multiple donations. I really appreciate that. And then Nova, let's jump up to you here. So thank you for your little angel and halo. And so you want to know what makes you so self-aware let's say, what makes you so self-aware? It's almost uh, antagonizing. So why is it I am learning from it? It's my inner higher self telling me, is it from spirit? You're confused. Okay. Sure. Let's take a look here. I know, right? Can feel that way here. Um, so, um, and do you, is it agonizing is the word I was thinking of. Um, so, self-awareness, um, isn't agonizing in itself, right? Um, your higher self, what's agonizing about self-awareness is that our inner child, our ego, our shadow self, it doesn't want to be brought out into the light, because it thinks it's gonna die. And so it's like trying to take a cat across a pool and on a floating raft. It's like, I am not gonna cooperate with this. I do not want to go in here, right? Right. Yeah, it becomes, like this cat, it hisses. It's like, hell no, I don't want to go into this because it's fear. It's fear based, and when it feels unsafe and out of control, that's when we go into fight or flight. The agonizing feeling is, our heart feels like it's being squeezed, and that's our body going into fight or flight mode. And so it's scared. Our inner child, we go back to the inner child on your original reading, right? That they are the ones that are freaking out. And we're trying to, we're trying to show them this and show them, the way. And it's scared, and but when we can develop trust between us and our inner child, then, it's like, what are you afraid of? It's like, I've got you. It doesn't trust adults because when it was younger, it was hurt by adults, and it sees us as a separate entity as an adult, and it's like, I don't trust you. And we gain its trust by consistently being true. Yeah, that's what it, okay, I understand now. About being true to our authentic self. When we as an adult, at least not as a child, and you're a young adult, so you qualify. You're 18, you're an adult. Um, but they want us, they know everything we think and feel, and they want us to be true to ourselves. And the more we are, um, you know, uh, true to our authentic selves, then we gain their trust. They're like, okay, I can trust you. But if we're saying inside going, I don't want to do that, but we're saying, yeah, I'll do that, we're not being true. We're being liars. And it sees us as being liars. And it's like, I don't trust you because you lie. You lie, And so what's great though is that as we develop that, we develop this, trusting relationship between both and we realize that the fearful feelings is when I'm in my fear, and then when I'm not, like we talked about, higher vibration. So self-awareness is when we're getting, here's the Queen of Cups diving deep into the emotions, down into the world that the inner child lives, and we're bringing light down into a dark cave, and all we hear is right. It's like vampires in the cave. No, not the light. And but it's, you know it's Ace of Pentacles with new opportunities, newness, change is against our ego, is against our inner child. They don't like it, until they realize when things change and we embrace our inner child. And I feel like when you go, when you're able to get into counseling, they're going to help you embrace your inner child and understand those energies. You know, The Presence Process by Michael Brown, huge, big book that has breathing exercises, and it helps us connect to our inner child. It helps us embrace, who we are with that. So, I highly recommend that if that helps. Speaking of the presence process, comforting. Yeah, exactly. So, just allow yourself, like when you're feeling this way, like all those messages from spirit is you don't have to do this alone. When you start to feel agonizing and things like that, just ask for their help. Just go, hey, can you guys just help me right now? And they will comfort you and release it all to them, give it all to them, and you'll feel calm come. And when you start to feel it rise up again, you just give it back to them and say, help me. And they will. And I feel like all of those cards they wanted to give you is to show you that, right? All right. So that's what they have for you. Cheating at what? you know, they are there for our support. We don't have to do it alone. And there's no test, there's no cheating. It's an experience. And so, we go through life and we hit something hard and we're like, hey, can you guys help me with this? I don't want to lift this huge log all by myself and hurt my back. They're like, no, we all join in and they help. And then, if there's anything we want to have learned by ourselves, they'll step back per our request, but there's no wrong, right? So, I like that. So that's what's coming in, for you there, right? It's like, yeah, there's no cheating. They're there for us, it's like, well, I hired all these employees to help me. Isn't it cheating if I have them do some of the work? No. They joined the group. They want to do it. It's like you're giving them an opportunity for that. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Hang in there. Right. We took care of Daisy. So Brenda, thank you for your double. And then Imagine you'll be up after that. And I'm going to be on for about a few more minutes here. So let me get into these here. So Brenda, thank you for your dual donations, and you gave me my beautiful unicorn and the hearts. Thank you for those. You are very welcome, Nova. Love you too. So, Brenda, your first question is with Matthew today and tomorrow, communication and such. He's been active in social media. Really like the changes he's made in himself, genuine, caring, not perfect. Oh, wow. Okay. So he's kind of made his way back on the ebb and flow, eh? All right. All right. So, Matthew, today and tomorrow, communication and such. So, communication. Nope. Let me shuffle these real quick here. All right. So, Matthew, communication today and tomorrow. So that's today, that's tomorrow. And then, oh, okay. Well, that's what you wanted there. Let me just, well, we'll see if there's additional cards here. So today's communication. Okay. All right. We got two princes. So movement here. So with communication today, yeah, the Prince of Swords. So this is new communication. So I feel like you will get some new communication from them today. Tomorrow is the Prince of Cups, which is movement of emotion. So I feel like there's movement today and um just emotional interaction tomorrow. So I keep on hitting my microphone here. Maybe move that up a little bit. All right. I am Brenda. I hope you are too. All right, let's see what we've got here. So these four cards. Yeah, I like it. I mean, we've got this peace of mind, and I like that for them. They've really balanced out, literally they're balancing on their thoughts and stuff now. So, it feels good here with that. We have the magician, so I feel like they're getting into this, energy of they're ready to move forward on some things in their life because they've been in this hermit mode, it feels like, with this Queen of Pentacles, really nurturing, really taking care of themselves, and the stepping away has really helped them here. So I do feel like, and I talked about this ebb and flow, right? It's like when they take this time to themselves and have this not emotional stability, but mental stability, and they're really stepping into their passion and their energy, and they take care of themselves, it feels like things really balance out with them. But, you know, and that's why I feel like they said, "Oh, the ebb and flow." They flowed back. I wouldn't expect it to stay, is what is coming in here, right? I just feel like, there's this, "I feel great," and da 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 da, and you're like, "Oh, okay, well, let's see if that lasts over time." And because it's like, I feel like, aren't they a rubber band? The ebb and flow, like they're, "I'm here, oh, I'm gone. Oh, I'm here. Oh, I'm gone. Here, oh, I'm here. I'm gone." Well, this is the "I'm here," and wow, I feel great. And it's almost like, not that they're bipolar, but it feels like that kind of energy where when they're up, and when they're down. And I feel like, they did a lot of self-care, and that's why they feel up now, but I don't feel like they maintain it. And then the emotional change happens again, right? So I just feel like it's nice, and we like what they're doing, and like, you like what you're seeing on, social media, and there's some good things happening there. But but right, let's wait. Let's see stability over time. And that's what, when we have these ebb and flow kind of energies, it's like, yeah, we need to really, wait for that, So so we like that. So that's what they have for that. And then for your second one with the hearts, you wanted to know about Ewick. I like calling him Ewick. So tonight and tomorrow, let's see what's going on with Eric here. So for tonight and tomorrow, let's take a look at these here. So tonight, all right, tomorrow, oh my gosh. It's funny that the other one had two nights, right? And for him, we've got two twos. So tonight we have the Two of Swords, which is like communication could go either way. They're still kind of undecided. Tomorrow, Two of Pentacles. They could do have two different ways of choosing. And it's like there's this, well, I just feel like there's so much indecision. Let's see what else we've got over here. Yeah, it's like there's this torn between two things tonight, torn between two things tomorrow, with this duality that's happening here. Not that I feel like there's like two people or anything like that. I just feel like they're so undecided, so undecided. It's like they're mentally undecided tonight, and tomorrow they're so undecided about things in the outside world. It's like, oh my gosh. We got the Four of Wands, which is this stability and this, energy of joy and celebration and, kind of energy. Wands is more passionate. And we even got the Queen of Wands, you know, that's coming in here. And the Seven of Cups, a lot of emotional, I feel like with all this Wands energy here, it feels like with Eric that they're undecided, but I feel like at the core they're they have a lot of attraction. The bottom of the deck with the King of Wands, I feel like they got a lot of attraction, but they kings versus knights. Knights are all about action, action, movement, movement, go, go. Leap before you think. But the King of Wands is like, well, they can bridle their passions and not be super motivated by them, but which is why I feel like they're kind of just in this indecision mode, this indecision, like, I could do this or that. I could do this or that. I don't know. What do I want to do? I don't know. And they kind of just are in this place of, I feel like they've been in a place of indecision, right, for a couple weeks, but it just feels like they just don't know what they want. And with that King of Wands, it is quite a bit of this Aries energy where they definitely try to do things and try to determine, what do I want, put a plan together and take action. And I feel like they're trying to figure that out. And that makes total sense with all that. Because it's like Emperor energy, King of Wands energies like that, where they realize I have a lot of expectations and a lot of things that I've heard, but what do I want? And I feel like that's what they is at the crux of it. They're trying to get out of all these mindsets of they've been drilled into their head all their life of what they're supposed to want, but they're really trying to decide, what is it that I want? And I'm going to put a plan together and take action on it. But what do I really, really want? And I feel here, I don't know. I feel like it's undecided right now, Brenda. I feel like when they wanted to move in and you were like, well, wait, let's take it slow. I feel like that is not um, normal, for them to be like, oh, someone like wanted to slow things down. And they took that as a rejection. But it's been making them think about a lot of things of going, wow, I feel like they've seen a lot of patterns in their life and they're trying to find out what they really, really want. So it's kind of undetermined right now because I don't feel like they know. They're trying to determine what they want, right? Um, and I know we did a reading before. I feel like it's gonna be up to you whether it ends or not, because I feel like at some point, they are going to have pushed you to your last point of patience. If they don't make a decision soon, you will make it for them. So, yeah, yeah, it's definitely okay to just let it go. I think that's what we had talked about before is just that there's this, you know, if you don't feel it's worth the waiting and everything else, then, or what else have you got to do? If you're like, well, I don't have any other really big interests, so I think, Spirit had mentioned just go live and do the things you love to do and enjoy your life and let them figure out what they're going to do. And, with anyone, let them figure out what they're going to do. And if in the meantime you find something else you prefer, then you will go do that, but you don't have to wait around for anyone, you know, um, especially if you're like, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of maintenance. So, yeah, and you can look at patterns too, where, I keep drawing in the same type of individual. It's like, well, this somewhere in this is me, right? Um, no, he does. He does have feelings for you. But the amount of feelings in the way that you want, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be that they're only able to give what they have, and that's it's never going to be enough because what you're looking for is in here anyway, right? So that's what's coming in here. Yeah, spiritual journey. You can put a question in there. In fact, I'm going to be headed out here and imagine I'm not going to get to yours in this session. But I will be back, so I'm gonna be, you know, stepping away for about an hour to spend some time with my praying mantis members, and then I'll be back on, and I will you'll be up first because of your donation. And then for all the other free readings that I didn't get to, and I got through quite a few. Let's see, where did I get down to? Gene, mod, right? Yeah, generating. That's where we got down to here. So we got down to mod. And so we will, let me take some screenshots real quick here. And like I said, I'll be back in about an hour and a half, if not sooner. Because I also need to eat dinner. So I might eat before I come back on, depending on how many I have to do. So I don't pass out. But I think I got through quite a few, so I might come back on first. Grab a screenshot here. Whoops. All right. There we go. So, so I will, like I said, I'll be coming back later this evening, and I will finish out all the free readings, and then, like I said, imagine. Let me just take yours first here, so I remember. And you'll be up first, and then I will get there. Yeah, Spiritual Journey Tarot. Let's see. About Braylon. Yep, so I do have yours, so we will do that here. Brenda, I really feel like you need to ask yourself, do you want to continue working on it? Because, when we're depending on everything on the other person about, well, it depends on what they want. It's like, well, I feel like we're selling ourselves short. I feel like we need to look at, what do I want? And am I willing? Because I feel like that's the important question for you. Because whether they want to or not, are you willing right now with everything? And you're like, because if you look at kind of the pattern of the people that you're choosing, there seems to be like, oh, they're there and then they're gone, and they're there, then they're gone. Where are you there for yourself and gone for yourself? Because I feel like that is that all these mirrors are showing you you're all in the beginning, but then you also withdraw. And so I feel like it's important for you to see that, if that makes sense. All right, but I need to jet. I'm 2 minutes late to my other session, so I'm going to jet here, but I will be back, everybody. So, um, many blessings to you. Thank you guys again so much for all your love and support. And remember, every second of every day of your lives, you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So, till I see you guys again, much love to you. Enjoy the rest of your night or day. And we'll see you when we see you. All right, guys, have a great night. All right, very good. You take care.